Hey guys, today's practice is working on forgiveness of other people. So if we are holding any type of anger and resentment towards anyone else, this means that forgiveness is probably needed in that case. Now, the thing about forgiveness is when we hold on to unforgiveness, then whatever situation it was, whatever person, whatever it was that happened, that thing still has control over us. Because anytime that you think about it, it makes you feel really terrible or angry or however it makes you feel. But that is showing you that that thing or that person still has control over the way that you feel. And so part of healing ourselves and taking our power back really is forgiving other people. It is seeing that, a lot of times people didn't mean to hurt us. Maybe it was just something that happened. Maybe it's the way that we took it. Or if it was intentional, a lot of people have a lot of things in their life that would cause them to want to hurt other people. Hurt people, hurt people. I'm sure that you've heard that before, and it really is true. But it doesn't mean that whatever happened, it doesn't mean that you deserved for it to happen. So as we work today on forgiveness of others, we're going to use a couple of different techniques. We're going to see things in a different way, but we're also just going to use that the divine, that beautiful, feminine, masculine, loving, divine that is there to help us along with this forgiveness. So it is my intention for you today that you will feel much lighter when you are finished this practice. Maybe you'll even be able to breathe deeper. A lot of my clients do notice a difference in their breathing. We tend to hold a lot of things in our chest and in our stomach, things that actually do affect our breathing. So that is my intention for you today, is that not only will you find some forgiveness for whoever this is that you're focusing on here today, but that you will also find physical relief, emotional relief inside of you. So if you are ready, as always, just get nice and comfortable and let's get started with today's practice. Welcome to today's session. So today we are working on forgiveness of others. Get nice and comfortable. Find yourself in a comfortable position. You can do this laying down or sitting up. But as we begin today, just starting with your eyes closed and paying attention to your breathing. So as you pay attention to your breathing, just taking full, nice breaths in, noticing how that air feels. So just thinking about that beautiful, refreshing air that is filling your lungs up. And as you exhale, just think about releasing anything that no longer serves you. So releasing that old used up air that is no longer of use. And just releasing any tension, stiffness, tightness in the body, anything physically inside your body that is not serving you right now. Just think about releasing that with every breath that you take. And so as you breathe this air in, just thinking about how perfectly made it truly is. That all of the components that you need to live successfully is in this oxygen, it's in this air that you are breathing in. So just thinking about how perfectly and lovingly it really was created, exactly what you need. And so just thinking about that grateful, thankful feeling that everything is exactly as it is in our world, made perfectly just for us. And as you breathe in, just feel the relief that comes inside of your body every time that you take that breath in. Just feeling how nice that really feels to let that breath flow in your body. Just being fully aware of how that feels, and then also noticing that feeling of relief when you exhale. Down at the bottom of that exhale, there's that little pause that is there inside of your body. Right at the end, you'll notice that your muscles relax. Your body really just becomes calm and peaceful in that little moment. So just focusing on the relief that you get with that inhale, and also the relief that you get with the exhale. And now as you become aware of your hands, perhaps you might even notice a tingling sensation in your fingertips or in through your fingers. You might also notice this down in your feet as you become aware of the energy that is flowing through your body. So if you can feel that tingling sensation there in the fingertips or in your feet or in your toes, just notice how you are aware of the feeling of your hands and the feeling of your feet even without moving them. And so as you breathe now, just imagine here that you can pull that energy that is there in your fingertips and there in the tips of your toes. Just imagine yourself pulling that energy up right into the center of you every time that you breathe, just pulling more and more of that beautiful energy right up into the center of you every time that you breathe. And as you just continue to breathe, letting that beautiful energy that you have now brought up there into the center of you just begin to become even more powerful and even stronger. So how we'll do that is just by focusing on that place there in the center of you and letting every breath that you breathe put even more energy into that space. So letting it expand, letting it grow up and out in all directions, that beautiful energy that's there in the center of you, letting it expand up and out in all directions every time that you breathe in and you give even more focus, attention, and energy to that space in the center of you. Wonderful. Now, as you do this, I want you to just create a beautiful scene in your mind. So you can do that right now. My suggestion for you is somewhere beautiful in nature. That is probably what already came to mind as soon as I said a beautiful scene. But if not, just creating that right now. So imagining the most wonderful. So this could be somewhere you've been before. It could also be somewhere that you have never been, that you are just creating there in that beautiful mind of yours. So as you create this scene, just put yourself in it so that you can explore that beautiful place, the beautiful scenery that is there. I am just going to count from 10 all the way down to 1. As I do this, just allow yourself to relax down deeper. 10, just relaxing, letting go, sinking down even farther into that beautiful, calm, relaxed space inside of you, just exactly like that. And 9, letting go even more. So as you just continue to breathe, allowing that beautiful breath to sweep from your head to your toes, taking you down to an even deeper level of comfort and calm. Letting that beautiful calm feeling spread right from your head down to your toes, even through those tips of your fingers. And 8, just relaxing, letting go. And 7, more and more comfortable, more and more relaxed. 6, beautifully relaxed, and just allowing that wonderful scene that is there to captivate your senses. So even if there happened to be something like flowers or trees or grass or water that is there in that scene, perhaps you could also bring the senses of smell, the senses of taste, the sense of feel on your skin, so that you can really absorb yourself into that beautiful place. Really surround yourself with it just as much as you possibly can. 5, calmer and deeper relaxed. You're doing wonderful. And 4, just relaxing, letting go. 3, letting every breath just take you down deeper now. Every breath takes you down deeper now. 2, calmer and more comfortable. You're doing absolutely wonderful. And 1, really just relaxing and letting go. So from wherever you are there in that scene, I want you to imagine here that there is a door that is very easy to get to. It is just right there. And so as you go over to that door, don't go through it, but just wait a minute here. I'm going to tell you what's on the other side. So once we go through that door, on the other side, sitting there waiting for you in a chair, is the person that you need to forgive. This is the person that you have been wanting to forgive, that you know has been holding their control over you for longer than you want. And so it is time to forgive so that you can take that control back. So just being prepared here as you grab that door handle and begin to step through that door onto the other side. Excellent. So now they are sitting there waiting for you. They cannot say anything to you yet. They can't say anything to you yet. So now you have a couple choices right now. You can tell them off. If there is anger that is there about this, it is okay. This is going to be temporary, that we are going to use this feeling of anger that happens to be there. And if you don't feel the need to tell them off, if there's not a lot of anger that's there with it, if it is just a feeling of hurt, you're just going to tell them exactly how it is that you feel. But the thing about this is I don't want you to hold back at all. It is totally okay for you to feel exactly how you feel about this situation. It is completely okay for you to feel this way. So go ahead. Right now, you're just going to tell this person, you're either going to tell them off, you're going to tell them how they made you feel, but do not hold back. Let them have everything that they need to know And I'm just going to be quiet for a minute here. Keep in mind, if you need more time, to just pause the video if I start talking again before you are ready. But just doing that right now. Okay, so if you are finished with what you needed to say, we'll move forward. If not, pause this video right now and come back when you're ready. Okay, so as we have said what we needed to say here to this person, they now get the chance to respond back to you. So you are going to be them and respond back to you. I'm just going to give you a little bit of time here. Go ahead and do that right now. Be them and respond to you. Okay, excellent. So now, once again, if you need more time, pause this video. If not, with the response that they gave to you, is there something you need to say back to them? I am going to assume yes and give you just a few moments here to respond back. Okay, and if there was nothing you needed to say back to them, my next question for you is, can you now forgive this person or release them to their karma and let the situation go? And so now, if you have decided what it is that you can do, what we're going to do here before we proceed is we're going to look at this situation in a bit of a different light. So I want you to imagine here for a moment that that person that did something to you now becomes a very, very young child. So you're going to let them just age all the way back to being a very young child. Okay, now as they are sitting there, you can see, you probably just know that this child was not loved properly in some way, or they felt as though they were not loved properly in some way. So for a moment here, I want you to pretend, I want you to imagine the most beautiful, loving, caring, safe, feminine, divine feminine energy. So this would be a perfect, beautiful motherly love just begins to surround and penetrate through that child, through their entire being, just allowing that beautiful divine feminine to come inside of that child bringing them the care and the love that they really needed. And along with that, bringing in the most divine masculine. So this is a protective energy. This is a caring, I'm never going to let anything bad happen to you energy that comes, that masculine energy. So just allow that masculine energy to come there now and surround and fill and penetrate that child through every little bit of their energetic field there. And I want you to notice how this makes that child feel. And I want you to notice that if this had been the case, if they had truly been loved properly as they were meant to be loved, just as you were meant to be loved like that, I want you to notice that that thing that they did to you more than likely would have never happened. And so just imagining here now this beautiful cloud of compassion, of understanding. So imagine that most beautiful feeling of compassion and understanding. And that feeling of compassion and understanding is a cloud, and it just comes into that scene and it begins to wrap around that child, and it takes them and it carries them all the way off and out of that scene. And so I'll just give you a moment for them to completely be gone there. And then just take a nice deep breath. I want you to notice how you feel now. And so the control that that person had over you for this whole time, and when I say that, I mean anytime that you thought about what happened, it caused that feeling inside of you. And so that was them still having control. So I want you to just notice whatever it is that comes to mind. Tell me now what % of control they still have over you. And so if it is at 0, then that is wonderful. If there is still a little bit that is there, I want you to think there in your mind, whatever very first comes to your mind, what color is that control that they still have over you? And where is it in your body? Perfect. Now I want you to, if you need to release this, if this is still an issue for you, and if not, just sit there in that beautiful relief that you're probably already experiencing. But if there is still a bit of control left that they have over you, I want you to just remove that color. So you can imagine yourself standing next to yourself and you have a vacuum. This vacuum can very quickly absorb any colors that you direct it to do so. So as you just take that vacuum, putting it at whatever place inside of you that color is there, and just turn that vacuum on, let it very quickly remove it from your body. And as it does that, then just taking a nice deep breath once that has been removed there. And so now we are just going to ask our subconscious mind here. Subconscious mind, is it okay for you to show me physically in my body and have me be consciously aware that I have created forgiveness of this situation here today? And if your subconscious mind answered yes, which I'm sure it did, then you're just going to take in a few breaths here. So as you start breathing, just intentionally taking in those breaths, I want you to notice any physical sensations that you get in your body. This might feel like lightness, it might feel like tingling, you might feel certain sensations in certain parts of your body, but just allowing yourself to be consciously aware that physically you can feel a difference inside of your body as you have released and as you have forgiven in this situation. So just take in some nice deep breaths. Sometimes it feels as though a weight has been lifted off of us. Perhaps you will feel lighter. Perhaps you'll be able to breathe deeper. Perhaps your body temperature has changed. But right now, just locate that part of your body that feels very calm, very, very calm. And let's focus only on that for a few moments here. So as you breathe into that space even more, just allowing that calm to flow through your body. Telling yourself, good job, good job, good job. Feeling the relief there. And so if you are ready here, we are just going to bring our awareness back into the room. So keep in mind, you can do this video as many times as you need to for different people, or perhaps, when it's a heavier issue, sometimes we need to do it a few times even for the same issue, but you will notice a big difference even after doing this one time. So as I start to count you back from 5 to 1, we're just going to bring back that nice calm feeling and that feeling of relief. You might even notice that you can just breathe deeper. Studies have shown that upon forgiveness, we can actually physically jump higher. So forgiveness really does actually affect our physical body. So as I start to count you back, just coming back, showing yourself that beautiful grace, and you did such a good job today. I know this is a very difficult thing to do. I've been there, I know. So 5, starting to bring your awareness back inside of your body. You did amazing here today. And 4, you can even wiggle your fingers and toes, starting to bring some energy back in them. 3, bringing that awareness back in your body. So as you breathe in, just remembering where you are, and that in a moment when you open your eyes, you will just be back to a completely normal waking state of consciousness. And 2, you could even stretch out here if you want. Bring that energy back into your body. And 1, eyes open and back in the room. Good job here today, guys. So as I said, sometimes we need to do these things a few times, but you will notice that if you did it today and completely forgave someone, that is amazing. You can go on to the next person if there's somebody else. But if it happens to be the same person that pops up in your mind again, just know that perhaps there was something there that wasn't said yet, or there was some more feelings there that needed to be released, and that is totally fine and completely normal for that to happen. So Just know you can visit this as many times as possible. And of course, as always, it's always just going to be free and sitting here waiting for you. So if you found that today's practice was helpful, please like, share. You could even comment, but definitely just send this to people because everybody needs it. We all need that forgiveness in our life. We need it given to us, and we need it given to others so that we can live in a world of harmony. Love to you all, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.